Now, we all know the reason that you come to this channel is for empirical knowledge when it comes to wine. It's not about having fun, it's not about having a good time, it's about laying down the law and speaking absolute facts, which we're going to continue this week. Because we're about to taste 6 wines. Now, 5 of them are the same variety. 1 of them is a separate variety. And I say to you, with full faith and confidence in my team's ability, we're gonna nail this. This is gonna be 3 dudes nailing 6 wines, telling you exactly where they're from and picking the odd one out. What could possibly go wrong?
Alrighty, odd one out. 5 different wines, all the same variety, but apparently there's one odd one out. And I can probably tell you right now, I have no idea which one it is, but we're gonna see if I can guess this.
Wine number 1. Lovely, vibrant, fresh red cherry. It's got either Grenache or Gamay vibes.
There's a little bit of that sort of bacon fat sitting underneath everything. It's cool. I like the nose on it.
It's super like claret, like really ruby almost in terms of the red.
Well, I love the tannin here. Really light, but it's got this lovely sandy texture to it. But really juicy, vibrant red fruits. Lovely acidity.
Dude, that's a ripper. I do think it's Pinot. The color on it.
It's bright, it's juicy, lots of cherries, really good structure, lots of tannin. Would I pay a lot for it? Maybe. Be paying like $28, and I'd probably take 3.
I'll have a dozen of it for sure. I'd happily pay $40 a bottle for that. If you're a wine reviewer, you can't only like big red wines, so it's not surprising he's got something that's up my palate here.
Yeah, let's get 6 bottles, and I will pay $38 for it. Little magic number there for you.
Wine number 2. Now, comparing the colors of these last 2 wines, you've got one that is this one over here, that really light, juicy color. This one over here, a bit darker, more olivey.
Again, we've got this like really elegant kind of claret, ruby color.
Bit darker, juicier, got a nice kind of black cherry. Kind of see that more in Gamay than I do Grenache, so
It's a bit more muted on the nose for me. If the previous one was sort of like herbaceous and floral and bright, this is much more red fruits, not bright flowers on the nose.
This is bright and juicy again. It's got that same kind of tannin structure. It's a little bit like almost gamey, which makes me think maybe Tempranillo in terms of the varietal.
a kind of like sweet yogurt kind of character to it, a lot of dark fruits.
Tannin. Yeah, that'd be a great like vocal warm-up for anyone who's about to go on and do a song. Like, not only do you do like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, that's hard enough, but do that. Peter Piper picked a peck of... You can't move your lips.
And it's quite good. I'm gonna grab 6 as well.
Probably pay like $30 a bottle for this. And I'm thinking I'd probably take 3 again.
In terms of the variety, I'm thinking Tempranillo. I'll have 6 bottles of that. I actually think it's $30 bottle of wine. I don't think that one's like expensive.
Wine number 3. It's got a darker color to it.
Now we're looking at like vampire blood. So it's starting to get like
Richer.
Got some nice sort of like purple highlights around the edges. Spinning it round. See that? Just a little bit floating there.
Oh, days, oaky bastard.
Yeah, like raspberries, strawberries, but not fresh raspberries and strawberries. That like stewed, cooked, bubbling on the stove, turning it into jam almost.
more fruits, darker fruits. We were playing up in like cherry raspberryville with like the first 2 wines. Now we're really going into cherries, blackberries, black currants.
I really quite like it. It's very old school, very wintry wine. Again, tannin, really low.
I think that's delicious too. I like spitting this wine more than swallowing it.
I'm thinking this is a lineup so far of Grenache.
Grenache?
It's just got that kind of Grenache vibe to it. Like, it's a yummy wine, and it's worthy of like a $65 price tag, but I'm only gonna buy 3.
I reckon that's another 6 bottles for me, and I'll have 35 on it.
I'd probably be paying like $40 for this bottle, and I'd take 3. I think it's probably like the best of the wine so far. Alrighty, wine number 4. Quite plummy kind of color now. We're starting to get a little darker.
The darkest, it's not the lightest, it's in the middleest.
Really perfumed, really purpley, really floral here.
This is way more fragrant on the nose.
I'm getting coastal on the nose, sort of almost briny, salty sort of thing on the nose.
Yeah, peppery. There's a nice woody, spicy, herbal thing. It kind of feels more Syrah-like than it does Grenache.
Whoa, good pizza wine. None of this has struck me as like the daddest of wines that we've had on the channel before.
Yeah, so for me, this is like plum and tobacco. Good tannin structure. Maybe it's the odd one out. Again, makes me think Tempranillo.
I love the tannin here. It's a little bit more intense, a little bit more svelte. I'm gonna get 6 of these and I'm gonna go $50.
Probably my least favorite of the bunch so far. $40, have 3 of them, meh.
I'd be paying $30 though, and I'd only be getting 3.
It's standing out, but it's not enough for me to call it as the imposter.
Wine number 5.
Has got a bit more of a brown tinge to it.
And this is real weird. Fiery fruit driven.
It's like almost Red Ripper. Little red chewing things that kind of taste like raspberries.
Well, it's got a shitload of VA, if that's the imposter.
There's so much tannin, there's so much structure. There might be a little bit of age on this one. Yeah, this is like pomegranate juice.
Really bright, really acidic.
The fact that it's all like super like VA ridden and like moderate in alcohol makes me think that this is the Gamay because of the odd one out, because there's more Gamays that look like this than the other ones. So maybe that's it.
I think it's really quite expensive. $70 a bottle kind of vibe. But again, I'm only getting 2. Like, I don't really want a ton of this.
Brightens up the palate. Super about that. I'll have a dozen of that. Good job, Jimmy. In case you need to hear that from a low-level YouTuber. So I'm gonna optimistically say 30.
All of the first 3 were really well-made Gamays. That one's something else. I still don't hate it. Let's get 1 bottle. It's only $70. There's something about it that I like. I'm like a wine drinker in London. I don't care as long as it's natural, you know? That's just the way.
And finally, wow, wine number 6. So this is probably the darkest one that we've had so far.
Really lovely, juicy thing. Very pretty, very aromatic.
This is what I was expecting most of the wines to smell like. I was expecting this sort of wine that it smells like has come out of my dad's cellar.
This is balls.
I tell you what, it definitely looks more like a Gamay, like from those kind of more denser crews, like a Morgon or something like that.
I think that's the most serious wine that we've had today. Give me a dozen of that too. That tastes like good Shiraz.
And this last wine is kind of a return to the first 2 wines, like bold, vivacious, textured, structured, but it's not really wine which I drink a lot of, just simply because it's so high in tannin.
But this is my favorite wine of the lineup. 12, I'm gonna get for $80. I think I love this density and this richness to it.
Like I'd pay, $45 a bottle for this, and I'd probably only take 2.
But yeah, cool lineup. I think 4 might be like a Syrah or even a Grenache. It definitely feels more Rhone-like, whereas the other 5 feel Gamay-like, particularly number 5.
Do think the odd man out is wine number 5. I bet you I'm wrong, and I'll be wrong again.
And let's see what the boys think. 6 wines, right?
Yes.
One of them stands out, in theory, one of them stands out as the odd one out.
Yes.
How did you go tasting your way through these? Do you feel like you might have found something that's a bit out there? What do you reckon?
It was a fucking tough tasting.
Yeah.
And I think the gentleman at Different Drop was intentionally designed this one to be hard. And tell you what, boys, congratulations, you absolutely nailed it, because this one was fucking tough.
Do you have a guess as to what the variety was, the main one in there?
I went Gamay. It was
Okay.
50-50 for me for either Grenache or Gamay.
I went Tempranillo.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah, I can see it's that middle of the road thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of expressionless, to be honest. Like lots of tannin, a little bit of meatiness, and I was like, I think there's one wine which is so different to the others, but I also think it might be a bit of a red herring.
Hopefully someone's vaguely right here. Wine number 1, mild nose, sour raspberry, dusty apple black currant juices. What do you guys think?
I mean, that's what I got a lot from these wines too. Like, they were pretty samey. Like, I didn't buy a lot of wine this round, which was
Really,
a bit different.
like really underripe sour, juicy thing. Is it Nero? Is it Grenache? Is it Gamay?
Something going on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is going to answer the first question as soon as we reveal it. What did you pay for it?
For the first 3, I thought they were all real similar, and I got a dozen, and I paid $30 for each of them. I thought they were all fine, decent enough, medium weight.
This is your verse. This is your red wine.
Yeah,
verse.
this is it. This is my space.
Yeah, I was at 6 for 30.
Yeah, I was at 28 and got 3.
Syrah!
Oh dear,
Oh,
that's
boy.
really thrown.
This is really bad.
So are there going to be 5 Syrahs coming up here, or are we
I really hope
missing-
that's the odd one out.
I can see it now. I see it now. I think I said Syrah for one of these wines, not this one.
No.
Absolutely
No,
not this one.
one.
I mean, Luke Lambert is one of the dudes
wicked.
in Australia.
Yeah.
Incredible Yarra Valley Syrah, like pretty youthful, all that kind of thing, but fuck.
Yes.
Damn it!
Yeah, super high in tannin for me.
Well, shit, fellas. Wine number 2. I thought this was another Grenache. I thought it was similar sort of thing, but if these
was
are
in
all
the same
Syrahs,
boat, yeah.
I'm going to be blown away.
Probably like that they all are all Syrah.
Yeah, shit. I thought the first one was the largest of the 3 Grenaches that we had in a row here, so it would make a lot of sense that these are all Syrahs now that we get into it. Yeah, 30 for a dozen.
35 for 6.
30 for 3.
Shiraz. It's a Shiraz. Yeah, we've cooked that. Bondar, Violet Hour, Shiraz from McLaren Vale.
Fuck you, McLaren Shiraz.
Fuck you, McLaren Vale Shiraz.
To me.
Not bad.
But I like this wine. I like this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought
$32.
dozens of all of these. You know, 20 years ago, if you'd been put
Yeah.
6 Shirazes from South Australia in front of you, it's unlikely that people would be going, oh, this is probably Grenache or Gamay or Tempranillo. Like,
Such a
the,
youthful, vibrant thing. It's so strange, isn't it?
yeah, the lightening of Shiraz.
The way it should, Shiraz, the way it should be.
Like, this one, I still thought was the same variety as everything else. Wine number 3.
I called it as more premium. Did?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so as well. What made you think more premium?
There's something dainty and elegant about this wine. Like it was so super pretty and lifted.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I thought it was real similar. I thought it was 13, 12.
Yeah, I think it's got that kind of Cru Beaujolais energy to it. And which is, if it's Shiraz, that's amazing.
Cru
Like
Beaujolais energy. Hell yeah.
I wanted 3 bottles for $65.
Yeah, I went 3 bottles for 40 this time.
Okay, moving around a bit. More Shiraz. This is $20 a bottle, ladies and gentlemen. Some more premium wine for you, Noah.
It looks like premium to me.
Woods Crampton Shiraz, vintage 2022.
Dude, I think we roasted that wine a little while ago.
Old vine, it
Yeah.
says.
Oh, no, it's up there. It was wine of the week one time.
Dang it!
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Well, there you go.
that's what
It
it
punches.
Yeah, it just punches above its weight.
Wine number 4.
Let's get to the business.
This is one of the ones that I thought might be different. Its nose was bigger than all of the others.
Yeah.
That said, I'm now thinking that I was like, oh yeah, the other ones taste like Grenache things. This tastes a little bit more like a Shiraz-y thing. Therefore, I think this is different, which could be a fucking stitch up.
This was the most Shiraz-y looking one for me. It had
Yeah.
that pepperiness, that spiciness. That I literally was like, this reminds me more of Shiraz than it does Gamay or Grenache. So this could be a red herring. I couldn't quite decide, but I really liked it.
Okay, so you thought this was the red herring?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it is now.
So-
I don't think it is now.
Okay, so you think this is the odd one out?
No.
Or you think it's the most like Shiraz?
I think it's the most like Shiraz.
Okay.
I was reviewing everything else in the context of like Gamay.
Yeah.
That one's the most like Shiraz.
Yeah.
So therefore, if that's the most like Shiraz and it's not, then fuck me, I'm off.
Well, at this point, I was like, maybe this is why I think it's Tempranillo. So it had this kind of like meaty, spicy thing going on.
I was 6 for 40. I'd gotten off the Grenache train and was into Syrah, thank
Syrah,
God.
yep.
75 though, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand.
It's
So
one of the great places for Syrah. That does look like Hawke's Bay Syrah. Like
Yeah.
that's what this is what I expect from cool climate Syrah. So like that's now fuck yeah, cool.
Yeah, just really good.
Oh yeah,
That's a banger
well
point.
done, boys.
That's
Well
very
done,
good.
boys.
but now, this one has to be the odd one out.
It's certainly an odd one out in a certain context.
Because what
Because
I-
this has got more VA than I've like smelt in a wine for a long time.
Yeah, what I was thinking were these were all the same, and this one was faulty, and that was the odd one out, right? But upon reflection, these are all Syrahs. So why does this smell and taste exactly like a vanilla bean?
That was-
Really intense vanilla bean. If
You got vanilla bean?
Dude, like if you open a little jar of vanilla bean and smell that really intensely, it's not pleasant. No, smell that. Tell me you can't get any vanilla bean from it.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. My tasting note was armpit.
Yeah, it's bready. It's
Yeah.
bready and VA.
Yeah.
What stands out to me is that it's like just a little bit badly made. Yeah, I see the vanilla bean, but I see the other things more.
I thought this was cooked. I wanted one bottle of it for $10.
I also wanted one bottle of it.
And that was my shout. I was like, I think that this is framed as being a very expensive wine. So I thought it was $70 a bottle, but again, I was like, fuck, I'd take 3. So
Yeah.
I swear to God, if they're trying to pull some,
It's
oh no,
mousy.
we've had
It's mousy
Syrah.
too. This is fucked.
Is it mouse too?
This is mousy too. This is a bad wine.
Yeah, I don't want any, man. I didn't love it.
Terra.
This is a
Vin de
small
France.
piece too. Oh, it's Vin de France. Okay. Syrah. Okay, so the last one is the odd one out.
That sucks, man. Don't buy this wine. This is not good.
But where is
course.
this even
Vin
from?
de France.
Vin de France.
Yeah, but where in? I mean, guys, we know that France is quite large.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
well,
like,
we cannot tell by the label, can
the
we?
like wine of France, is it not? Like it's just
You can read
Could
French
be from
better than I can,
Yeah.
so you might be
Could
able
be from
to decide.
anywhere in France.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly.
That's the
I'm expecting like Languedoc or something like that. Because what is it, $39?
consequences
Yeah,
grave
59.
Service.
Oh, okay, 59. Yeah, no.
bad.
No, that's a don't drink if you're pregnant warning. That's,
Oh.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say we could extend that pregnancy warning. Pregnant women or non-pregnant women or men, don't drink that wine. It's not good. Wine number 6.
This is my line of lineup. I really like this. It's like denser, richer. This gave me like brewy kind of richer Gamay vibes. Well, by process of elimination, this has to be the odd one out.
Well, or I'd say the odd one out might be, because if this turns out to be Syrah, I think the odd one out would actually just be the Terra, because it's
it's
Terra
world. Well, yeah. True, but it's
Sorry.
also
I know this is definitely a young start, but yeah, sorry.
it's also old world.
Okay, that's definitely a shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, spicy, rich, jammy, delicious.
6 for 30.
12 for 80.
What's that going to be if not Syrah though?
Well, we're about to find out.
That is Malbec, ladies and gentlemen.
It's from Argentina. It's 35 bucks.
Argentina, that's
I really
cool.
liked
There you
it.
go.
That's really cool.
That's really good.
This is my favorite wine of the lineup.
Yes, it is. It's mine too. It's yummy.
It's the most interesting. It's got the cutest label. It's got a nice bottle
clean.
shape. It's from Argentina. It's $35. Drinks well.
I also think, like, within the context of the lineup, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
After the wine before it, so
Yeah.
of course it's going to win wine.
Yeah,
Before
that does do a
Yes.
lot of things.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Snatch.
3 Australian dudes doing a Shiraz lineup and going like, we like Malbec. If this was 20 years ago, we'd be heretics.
Burn me, light me on fire.
Shit job by us.
Yeah, fucking terrible.
Really,
Bad.
really,
Real bad.
really poor effort
Yeah,
there,
good
fellas.
stuff.
Terrible
Very
effort.
good.
Make sure you come back to us for all of your wine reviews because we're clearly all over it, and we'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.
No, don't unsubscribe. Please like and subscribe.